Osteoporosis is often called the silent thief of bones because it weakens your body slowly and quietly. Many people don't even know they have it until something small like a light fall, a sudden twist, or even a strong cough leads to a painful fracture. For seniors, that first broken bone can change everything, sometimes making it harder to stay independent. But here's what most people don't realize. Osteoporosis does not arrive overnight. Long before your bones become fragile, your body gives out subtle warning signs. The problem is that these signals are easy to dismiss. A little back pain, a slight loss of height, or a change in posture often gets brushed off as just getting older. In reality, these could be early red flags that your bones need attention. The encouraging part is that if you recognize these signs early, you can take steps to protect yourself. By understanding what to look for, you give yourself a chance to prevent fractures, maintain strength, and keep doing the activities you love. Whether that's gardening, walking with friends, or simply moving around your home with confidence. In today's video, we'll uncover 7 early signs of osteoporosis that every senior should watch for. Some may surprise you, and you may even notice 1 or 2 in your own daily life. By the end, you'll not only know what to watch for, but also discover simple, practical steps to support your bone health naturally. So stay with me through the next few minutes. These insights could make a big difference in protecting your independence and peace of mind. And just a quick reminder, this video is for educational purposes only. For personal medical advice, always consult your healthcare professional. The first early sign to watch for is unexpected back pain. Many seniors experience occasional aches, but osteoporosis-related back pain is different. It can appear suddenly and feel sharper, especially in the mid or lower spine. This happens because weakened vertebrae, the bones in your spine, can start to compress or even fracture without a major injury. Some people describe it as a deep ache that doesn't seem to go away, or pain that worsens when standing for a long time. Unfortunately, it's often mistaken for simple muscle strain, which delays getting the right help. If you notice recurring back pain without a clear reason, it's worth paying closer attention. The second early sign is a gradual loss of height. You may notice your clothes fitting differently, or family and friends commenting that you look a little shorter than before. This doesn't happen overnight, but over months or years. What's going on inside the body is that weakened bones in the spine begin to collapse slightly, causing the vertebrae to compress. Just losing an inch or 2 might seem harmless, but it's a signal that your bones are not as strong as they should be. This sign is especially important because many people think shrinking is simply part of aging, when in fact it can be an early red flag for osteoporosis. Together, these 2 signs, back pain and height loss, are often the first visible indicators that bone density is decreasing. The sooner you recognize them, the sooner you can act to protect your mobility and prevent more serious fractures. Imagine catching these clues early, getting checked by your doctor, and starting a plan to strengthen your bones. Instead of facing a sudden hip or spine fracture later, you stay steady, strong, and confident in your daily movements. So, if you've been dealing with unexplained back pain or noticed your height slipping down little by little, don't ignore it. These may be your body's way of asking for extra care. And in just a moment, we'll look at 2 more signs that often get mistaken for normal aging but actually point to hidden bone loss. Another early sign of osteoporosis is a stooped or hunched posture, sometimes called a dowager's hump. This happens when weakened bones in the spine start to collapse, causing the back to curve forward. You might notice it first in the mirror, or perhaps friends point out that you're standing less upright than before. Many seniors dismiss this as poor posture, but in reality, it can be a clear warning that the spine is losing strength. Over time, this forward curve can affect balance, making walking or even simple daily tasks more challenging. It's more than just appearance, it's your skeleton signaling that it needs support. The fourth sign to pay attention to is bones that break more easily than expected. Of course, anyone can break a bone after a major fall or accident, but with osteoporosis, fractures can happen from something minor, like slipping on the carpet, bumping into furniture, or even lifting something slightly heavy. wrists, hips, and the spine are the most common fracture sites. What's especially concerning is that these breaks can happen with less and less force as bone density decreases. For seniors, a simple fracture can quickly lead to loss of independence, making this one of the most critical red flags to recognize early. Both a hunched posture and fragile bones are often brushed aside as normal aging, but they are not. They are physical evidence that your bones are weaker than they should be. The earlier these signs are noticed, the more options you have to slow down the process and prevent serious injury. Imagine catching a posture change or small fracture early, consulting with your doctor, and putting in place a plan with nutrition, exercise, and possibly medication. Instead of waiting until a major break disrupts your life, you take control and preserve your freedom. So, if you or someone you care about is beginning to stoop forward or has experienced a fracture from a small mishap, don't dismiss it. These are your body's signals to pay attention. And coming up next, we'll explore another sign of osteoporosis that often surprises people because it seems unrelated to bones at first glance. One of the most surprising early signs of osteoporosis is receding gums. At first, this might sound unrelated after all. What do gums have to do with bones? But the truth is, your jawbone supports your teeth, and when bone density begins to decrease, it can cause the gums to pull back and teeth to loosen. Dentists are often among the first to notice this sign. They may see changes in the jaw during routine checkups or x-rays. For many seniors, gum recession is blamed only on brushing habits or gum disease, but hidden bone loss in the jaw is sometimes the deeper cause. If you've noticed your teeth feeling less stable, or if your dentist mentions bone changes in your mouth, it's worth considering that osteoporosis could be part of the picture. This sign matters because it shows that osteoporosis affects more than just the hips or spine. It can influence the entire skeleton. Your jawbone is no different from the rest of your bones. Weakness there can make chewing harder, eating less enjoyable, and nutrition more difficult. And since good nutrition is key to bone health, this can create a cycle that speeds up the problem. Imagine catching this early during a dental visit. With the right steps like improving calcium and vitamin D intake, doing safe weight-bearing exercises, and checking in with your doctor, you could slow down bone loss before it spreads further. A small clue at the dentist's office might save you from a much larger issue down the road. So, if you or someone you know has been experiencing receding gums or loose teeth, don't just assume it's normal aging or brushing too hard. It could be an early whisper from your bones, asking you to take action. And in the next section, we'll explore the last 2 warning signs. Some of the most serious red flags that can't be ignored. The 6th early sign of osteoporosis is a noticeable decrease in grip strength. You might realize that opening jars, carrying grocery bags, or even holding onto railings feels harder than before. While grip strength naturally declines a little with age, a sudden or more pronounced weakness can be linked to lower overall muscle and bone health. Research has shown that weak grip strength often correlates with reduced bone density, making it a useful early signal. If your hands feel less steady, it may be your body's way of warning you that your skeleton is becoming more fragile. The 7th, and perhaps most serious, sign is a fracture that happens far too easily. Unlike the earlier sign of minor bone breaks, this one is about fractures from very low impact. Events like stepping off a curb, tripping lightly, or even twisting the wrong way. For example, a hip fracture from a simple stumble is a major red flag. These fractures can dramatically affect independence, often requiring surgery or long recovery times. And they're one of the clearest indications that osteoporosis has already begun to weaken your bones significantly. Together, weak grip strength and unexpected fractures represent the body's final warnings before osteoporosis becomes life-changing. They are signals that the bones are no longer as resilient as they once were. But here's the encouraging truth. Even if you've noticed these signs, it's not too late to act. Bone health can be supported at any age with the right lifestyle, medical care, and daily habits. Imagine taking these red flags seriously, getting evaluated by your doctor, and starting a bone strengthening plan right away. Instead of worrying about the next fall or injury, you could rebuild confidence and reduce the risk of another fracture. This isn't just about avoiding pain. It's about protecting your independence, your freedom to move, and your ability to enjoy life on your own terms. So if you've noticed a weaker grip, or worse, if you've experienced a fracture from a minor mishap, don't brush it aside. These are among the most urgent signals your body can send, and in just a moment, we'll shift from the warning signs to something even more important: what you can actually do to protect your bones and take back control. Before we move on to the practical steps you can take to protect your bones, I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed any of these signs in your own life? Or maybe in a parent, spouse, or friend sharing your experience? In the comments not only helps others feel less alone, but it also builds a community where we can all learn from each other. If you're finding this video helpful, a quick click on the like button lets us know we're on the right track. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Senior Wellness. We create simple, science-backed guides designed especially for seniors who want to stay strong, independent, and healthy. Your feedback and support truly shape the topics we cover next. So leave a comment, hit like, and subscribe that way. You'll never miss the next step-by-step guide to protecting your health. Now that we've explored the 7 warning signs of osteoporosis, the real question is, what can you do about it? The good news is, even if you've noticed some of these signs, there are practical steps you can take today to support your bones and reduce your risk of fractures. Think of it as building a solid foundation, because strong bones are what keep you moving freely and living independently. The first step is nutrition. Your bones need fuel, and that means enough calcium and vitamin D. Calcium helps build and maintain bone strength, while vitamin D helps your body absorb it. Dairy foods like milk, yogurt, and cheese are excellent sources, but you can also get calcium from leafy greens, almonds, and fortified products. For vitamin D, safe sunlight exposure is key, along with foods like salmon, sardines, and eggs. If your doctor recommends it, supplements can help fill the gaps. The second step is movement. Exercise is one of the best ways to keep bones strong, even after 60. Weight-bearing activities like walking, light jogging, or dancing encourage the bones to stay dense. Resistance training using bands, light weights, or even your own body weight helps strengthen both muscles and bones together. Balance exercises, such as Tai Chi or simple heel-to-toe walking, can reduce the risk of falls, which is just as important as maintaining bone density itself. The third step is lifestyle adjustments. Avoid smoking and limit alcohol, as both can speed up bone loss. Make your home safer by clearing clutter, improving lighting, and adding handrails in key places. These simple changes lower your chances of falling, which is one of the biggest risks for fractures in seniors. The fourth step is medical support. Talk to your healthcare professional about a bone density test, often called a DEXA scan. It's painless, quick, and gives a clear picture of how strong your bones are. Depending on the results, your doctor may suggest medications or other treatments to slow bone loss and strengthen your skeleton. Remember, osteoporosis is common, but it's also manageable when caught early. And finally, the fifth step is consistency. Bone health isn't built in a week, it's a long-term investment. Even small daily actions, like taking a short walk, choosing calcium-rich foods, or practicing balance exercises, add up over time. Every positive choice is like making a deposit into your bone bank, keeping your structure strong for years to come. Imagine yourself a year from now standing tall, moving confidently, and enjoying your favorite activities without fear. By paying attention to the early signs and taking these steps, you're not only protecting your bones, you're protecting your freedom, your independence, and your peace of mind. Before we wrap up, let's clear up a few common myths about osteoporosis that often confuse people. The first myth is that osteoporosis only affects women. While it's true that women especially, after menopause, are at higher risk, Millions of men also develop osteoporosis. In fact, 1 in 4 men over the age of 50 will experience a fracture related to bone loss. So, gentlemen, this isn't just a women's health issue. It's something you need to take seriously. 2. The second myth is that osteoporosis is just a normal part of aging. Yes, bones naturally lose some density with age, but osteoporosis is not inevitable. With the right nutrition, lifestyle, and medical support, you can maintain strong bones well into your later years. Thinking of it as just aging can prevent people from seeking the help they need. The third myth is that if you feel fine, your bones must be fine. Unfortunately, osteoporosis is called the silent disease for a reason. Most people don't notice symptoms until a fracture occurs. That's why recognizing the early warning signs we've covered today and getting a bone density test if needed is so important. By letting go of these myths and understanding the facts, you give yourself the best chance to stay active, independent, and strong. We've covered a lot today, so let's quickly recap. Osteoporosis is called the silent thief of bones because it develops quietly, but your body does send early warning signs. These include unexplained back pain, gradual loss of height, stooped or hunched posture, bones that break more easily than expected, receding gums, showing bone loss in the jaw, noticeable decrease in grip strength, fractures from very minor accidents. Each of these signs might seem small on its own, but together they tell an important story about your bone health. The earlier you recognize them, the sooner you can take action through nutrition, exercise, lifestyle changes, and medical support to stay strong and independent. So here's the takeaway. Don't ignore what your body is telling you. Even simple steps, like eating calcium-rich foods, staying active, and talking with your doctor, can make a big difference over time. Strong bones aren't just about avoiding fractures. They're about protecting your freedom to live life on your own terms. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. That way, more seniors can discover these important insights. Subscribe to Senior Wellness for more simple, science-backed guides on staying healthy after 60 years. And in the comments, share which sign surprised you the most, or what steps you're taking to care for your bones. Your story could inspire someone else to take action too. This is educational content, not medical advice, so always check with your healthcare professional for guidance that's right for you. Stay strong, stay steady, and I'll see you in the next video.